Hello guys, my name is User from BytesCrafter, and today our latest demo or reviews is all about our latest project called the MOPOS, or the Mobile Point of Sale.
The following preview has been approved for appropriate audience. Motion pictures created by BytesCrafter. Watching videos is advised. Visit our website for more videos. www.bytescrafter.weebly.com.
So the idea here is to create a point of sale software that will be put on a laptop, or ideally it will be put on an Android tablet. That Android tablet will be given to the customer, and they will be the one to take an order. So let's start. So initially, if the mobile POS is currently don't have a server to target on, so you will have to input here the basic info. So I also made a simple cursor to make the mobile POS or point of sale a more gamey type of a point of sale. So let's continue. Let me just block the input fields for my security, because I am using the live server of this current database. So we kindly wait for it. It will be so currently I am inputting the address or the web address. It can be a live domain such as www.example.com if you have a live server established on that domain, and the host name will be basically it will be a local host. But if you have a custom host, for example custom host name called example, it could be. So the username, you must also type the username of the current user of the MySQL that will be requesting a query for that for this MySQL server. So, and also you must input the password. So I am currently inputting the password now. So, and then the database, you must also specify the database name of the current server. So currently if I click on the check server, it should the button here should be enabled. Currently it is not enabled because I did not contact the server successfully. So if I tap on the check server, and as you can see here, success main application mobile POS, and supposedly this should be hidden because the server is live. So as we can see here, maybe you will be questioned or triggered, what is this ESPOS printer? Basically it is a script for contacting the printer device on this computer. So this software is currently enabled to print a receipt. So as you can see, I also have a sleep display. The sleep display should be automatic to display within this timer, but if the mouse moves, it always returns, so that the sleep display will not be activated, because if the timer is equal to 0, it will be deactivated. So that is the basic mechanism of the sleep display. So maybe you want to take a peek what is on the sleep display. Basically I have here if the build is application is mobile platform false, so I will detect that if any key down, or if any key on the keyboard is pressed, it will be deactivating the blocker. So And another thing is if the blocker is active in the hierarchy. So that's it, the basic mechanism. And then we will continue now. So let's confirm this is basically this. I'm sorry, the block is this. Every action I put some error handling so that the user should be informed to what is currently happening if there is an error within the mobile POS, or it's just a typographical error, or it's a developer error. It will be displayed as a warning, this warning. So initially it will say server setup initialization. So I am being asked to whether to confirm by using that server, or I confirm this. So this is the main preview. So if there is no currently I disabled the kitchen menu because it is under development. But the first thing is, I think you should see it, is the security. So I have here the test account. So security is basically the attendance of the employee. So here on the manager's account, I can log in as administrator. Of course, as an administrator, you should be able to log in any of the positions. So here I have a sample password for manager's account, and now we are in. So basically here I will show a basic mechanism, all daily statistics, weekly statistic, monthly and yearly. So this is currently on development, and here I can find what's this, the browse. I can browse on the employee. I can see the name, position, contract, timesheet. To be able, this timesheet will be used to compute their lates and total time of work, and they have their phone number and email address. So we can also modify an employee. They can change as a manager. I can modify the photo, the username, the password, the first name, last name, initial, gender, the birthday, complete address, phone number, email, basic pay, timesheet, position, and contract. So if ever the the current employee is timesheet is changed, it should be changed here. So I should cancel this. So let's test. So I should cancel this for now, and you can also add a new employee. So that's all about the product. Currently it is if the current all of the data, product data, will be downloaded from the server to the local storage. So initially, if the current device don't have any previous connection with the server, the product is not available on the local storage. That's why it's automatically downloaded from the server. So we will back to menu, and as you can see here, you can add a new product. Product is product name, picture of the product, price, existing category, or you can create a new category. The location, where do you want to print the if the current order is submitted to server. For example, there is a new order, there is a cancel order, it will be submitted to this location. Location is if you can personalize the printer location, such as in fast food. So you can input the discount, and also you can upcoming, availability of the product, upcoming or available. This is the statistical information, the item orders, the total the item was ordered, and the total the item was cancelled. this is the total sale, and this is the version of the current version. For example, this is the for a new product, so this should be version 1. If there is any changes on the product, for example, there is I will add toppings on the food, so this will be version 2, the latest modification. So basically it is simple information. So cancel. So every time I put an error handling, so if you made changes from the product, the mobile POS will always ask, do you want to re-update the local storage, or do you want to just cancel, and so, because you don't have any changes. So let's cancel this because we did not. So you can choose all the category, I'm sorry. So as you can see, it is automatically rebrowsing on the scroll rec of this Unity. So we can create a new product, and the next one is all the tables. You can create a new tables here, but currently it is not working. It is until ongoing development. The inventory, I'm currently developing it, and the general option. So this is what I'm talking about. The activity printer is the console printer, mixing printer, and the bar area, and the receipt. Where do you want to the receipt should be printed? For example, you have a printer named receipt, it will be printed on that receipt printer. So if you are familiar with printer name in the view printers in Windows, by the way, this mobile POS is currently only available on Windows platform. So the last but not the least, on the manager's menu is the disconnect from the server. By doing this, it will the POS will be disconnected to previously set server details. So it will this will be bring back to the server initializer, but we will not do that for now. So here, for example, I have here as cashier, I will log in here, and let's say I will time in. So log in. So you can now proceed. Action is time in. Successfully attendance log. So all of the basic step, I put an error handling or a notification of what is currently happening. I should notify the user to what is happening currently on the system. So if I go back to cashier 101, there is call time is negative because I didn't set the ship time. The call time is in other words, the late in hours, minutes, and seconds. So you can also log out or break out. For example, the employee has a break, 45 minutes break or 30-minute break. So I can also time out if I don't have. And as you can see, it has a automatic disabled mechanism, so that the employee should not take too much time in that process. So the next thing is the cashier. Now, if for example I am the cashier 102 and I should log in because the operation is currently started. I didn't show the operation because there is a current operation. So after server initialization, it should before you go into that, it should start here on the start operation. So for example, if the waiter is the first personnel who come to the store, he should be the one to start operation, and it will be logged that he's the one who start this operation on the database. So I always ask what is notify the user starting operation for today. So I will confirm that, and to continue, sorry for that guys, I forgot to delete the operation data on the MySQL server. So I will try to And also the cashier 101 should, for example, I am the cashier 102, and I will try to go inside the cashier display. And as you can see, because there is no current cash amount, initial cash, I should input, and there is no way that you can enter the cashier display without in every operation there should be an initial cash. So for changing the customer's money, so here for example, my initial cash would be 1,200, and I will confirm this, and I will ask ask that cashier cash deposit warning that the deposit is 1,200, confirm. So currently it is empty because there is no current session. So here I can search for new customer, previous customer. Here we have a demo customer, we can proceed with that, or we can register a new customer, but currently we should test the, as you can see, it also has always has a notification. So for example, I have here customer name Cesar and the gender male, birthday, last visit. So I will proceed, and after choosing the customer, and the next step would be picking a table. So for example, this customer is sitting on table 9, and I am also getting the data of how many person is the current customer is accompanied with. So for example, we are 3 people, and the waiter should now take order. So basically the idea here is this will be in Android tablet, and after the customer registration or customer inputs, the tablet will be given to the customer, and they will be the one to choose their item. So we have their name of the customer and the picture of the customer and the name of the waiter, current waiter. So for example, I want nachos, and this is a different this will be prepared on the kitchen display that will be printed on the kitchen printer. Also this, and but this will be printed on the bar area. So if in a case I want mango sagu, and the next thing I think this is the activity items. Activity is the for rent items. For example, I want to rent 3 hours of rent, so I will just confirm that, and I can also minus or plus the current total item. And currently now to finalize, just prepare the product, and the POS will always ask, do you really want to do the current action or not, just cancel, or but now I just want to confirm. As you can see, the client just requested that, and in every order taking, the current cashier should be bring back to the main menu, so that there will be the unauthorized access will be minimized. So let's go on to the waiter. So we have here a waiter, and this is, now we can see the name of the customer, the session number, the waiter, the table number, and you can also modify. Inside you can view orders. Here, as you can see, we have a total bill and we have a cancelled, but currently we don't have a cancelled item. That's why I am saying that customer order item preview cancelled order is currently empty. So I understand, then back. Now, what if I want to change a table? So currently we are on the table 9 and I want to change on the table 3. And I want to confirm this, and we go back to the waiter and log in, and as you can see, we are on the current customer is currently on the table 3. Now moving on, what if the customer want a new order? So we can just click on the new order and pick the crispy tilapia. Previously we did not order this one, so if we confirm and prepare, confirm. So waiter, as you can see, if we go on to the view order, as you can see, there is a new item on the order and the total bill is now 1,329. So what if the customer want to cancel an item? So we can go to the cancel order, and we can for example, the customer only wants one crispy tilapia, so we can debit it one or minus that one. So if you cancel an item, it will always have a notification to prevent any accidental clicks or taps. So confirm. So I just want one crispy tilapia, so I can now preview this one, and if I preview, all of the cancel item will be preview. Crispy tilapia 39 price and quantity of 2 will be cancelled, and submit this to the server. And canceling item should require a manager's account or an administrator account. So basically in fast food, that's what mechanism of cancel orders. So if you will try to view orders, we only have a one crispy tilapia, and if we click on canceled item, we can now see that this customer canceled 2 crispy tilapia. So moving on, for example, last session is the paid session. But currently we don't have any paid session. That's why it is currently blank. So let's go, and you can only do a payment action on the cashier display because they are the one who are handling with the money. So let's go on to the modify. As you can see on the cashier display, we have new additional 2 option called the reprint the bill. You can reprint the current bill. For example, the customer wants, they don't want to end the session, but they want to view the current bill of their session. So you can reprint the bill, and you can also make a payment action. So here, because I am cashier, I have it will be display gamer's pad. This is the current client, my current client right now, and it also price, quantity, subtotal, and the name, total bill, and I can print it and I can pay now. So I can pay now, and also it has an error handling that you cannot payment must be greater than the bill, right? So customer cash payment warning. So I am preventing any error. So my basic principle here is every step should be easy for the user, so there will be no mistakes to prevent human error. So currently my bill is 1,051. So what if the customer pay 1,200? So I just enter, and as you can see, the cash change is automatically recomputed. And if this customer is authorized for a discount, I can click on discount, and I can click on manager, and I can authenticate this. If for example I am a manager, and I will try, and I will I will pick how many percentage of discount from the total bill. Is it 5%, 10%, 20%, up to 50%? Currently, I'm choosing 10%, for example, and I will confirm that. As you can see, the cash change is automatically re-updated. Previously, it is 149, and because of the discount, it is now 2,054. So I can confirm this now. Confirm. I always put some notification again, cash payment notification, and I will confirm this. And as you can see, customer, even after the success query on the MySQL server, I did try to notify the user that for example, this Cesar B. De Castro session is now completed. So, and what else? So, maybe here in the cashier, I can show the last session. Now, the ongoing session now is currently empty because that the previous session has been paid. Now you can find that one in every operation. You can find the paid session. Operation is day by day. You can find that on the last session. Now what you can see on the last session is the name, the transact number, the waiter, the time in, time out table, and the receipt. So this is the previous receipt, the total bill, discount 105 is the discount that changed. I can print it, I can void an item. So let's go back. Just I want to show you the completed session. Now, in the cash tender, I have created two cash out type. The next cashier, for example, my ship is the cashier 101 ship was over, and the cashier 102 will be the current cashier. I should pick this one, and the cashier confirm is the current cashier that who's holding the current earnings. So for example, the cashier 102 want to exchange with, and all of the cashier will be displayed here, including the managers and the administrator. For example, I will try to authenticate, and both parties should confirm that they should input their password, because here the system expected cash is 2,146, but what if the current cash is 2,142? So it's short. The first cashier is currently short. So I could process this now. I could confirm, and next cashier can now log in. So the previous cashier, I'm sorry, there is an error. I'm sorry, I forgot to enable the menu operation, but I could manually fix that. So to continue, I'm sorry guys, it's a little bit long, but I want to show this project because I'm very proud of it, and I want to demo of what PHP MySQL with Unity C# can do, and they bump into one another, and you can create a magnificent great software or games with Unity. I really love Unity, even though I'm not an information technology student or a comsci or a computer engineer. I can, with Unity, I have learned coding. So I really thank Unity for making this nice engine. So here, as you can see, previously the cashier, to continue guys, I'm sorry for that, the previous cashier is cashier 102, but now the current cashier is cashier 101. So what if the operation is over? So this is the last step. If the cashier is over, we should pick on the bulk deposit, and the cashier 101 should also authenticate. And the only one that can receive money is the administrator and the manager. So as you can see, we will also authenticate as manager, and we can now process. And if we confirm this, the whole operation will be stopped and will be put on to the start operation. So for example, this store is closing, so the whole process is completed. So as you can see, if you have any question of how did I make the update of every, for example, there is a new data on the server, so I did just make on the update menu that every time and every frame I will try to contact the server if there is an update on the version. So that's it. If you have any comments and suggestion, please try to comment out that below, and hopefully you like the video. I really need your support. Please subscribe into my channel. There will be new videos that will be posted. Thank you guys if you made this far. Thank you for watching, and hopefully you would support Bytes Crafter channel. And I would also like to invite you to our website called www.bytes-crafter.com. So that's it, Olga. That's it, and see you guys on the next demos, reviews, tutorials. Bye.
If you like this video, click subscribe. More to come. Click here to play this video.